Kingdom Hearts Union Cross had a absolutely amazing finale. But with Kingdom Hearts finales, as always, there's usually a lot of questions, but this time around we actually did get a decent amount of answers on quite a few things. So I feel like we got a nice 50-50 with this ending. A bunch of questions to make us look forward to the next saga, and a lot of answers that gave us some nice little stories, some nice little tie-ups into what happened in the future. However, among some of the questions are things that were introduced in Kingdom Hearts Union Cross prior to the actual finale, during the climax, some even before, that have not been answered. And now looking forward, we can probably imagine that some of these things may be touched upon in Kingdom Hearts Dark Road or in future Kingdom Hearts games. These are just some very surface level questions, mostly about things that happened leading up to the finale that were not answered in the finale, along with a couple of discussions about things that did actually happen in the finale as well. These are questions that we still have. One question I definitely still have, the first thing that comes to mind, is who is the True Dandelion? I mean, they introduced this True Dandelion thing just out of nowhere. I didn't even think it was going to happen. A lot of people assumed that it was Ventus based off of the transition of the cutscene into that. But after the ending, we can 100% like say it's not Ventus. Maybe not 100%, but like 99.99999%. A lot of people are saying it's Strelitzia, and while that is possible, we'll touch upon that later. Some people are saying Master Ava, but Ava, even after the fight with Luxord in Kingdom Hearts Key Browser, was in the Keyblade War. So I don't know about that one either. The True Dandelion's identity is going to be something that's probably going to be a big thing in the next couple of Kingdom Hearts games. I have a feeling this is something we're not going to find out the answer to immediately, and it's going to be something similar to Subject X, that we're just going to be searching for this missing character, or we're going to be trying to figure out who this True Dandelion is among us. Maybe we're already playing as them, who knows? Maybe it's Sora or something. I have no idea, but the True Dandelion is a mystery. We never got confirmation on who it is at all. Another thing people are talking about is, where are Demix and Luxord? First off, we still don't know both of those characters' real names yet, but we know that they were among the ancient Keyblade Legacy group, where they have connections to the Keyblade. They're from the past, something like that. A lot of people were hoping to see them in Union Cross or amongst its finale as some sort of big reveal, but they didn't show up. Now, based off of how the finale was going, you could expect that they were not going to show up out of nowhere, because it was pretty hard to find a place for them among all of that. However, they could still be in Dark Road technically, and they could be involved in some other things perhaps. So I have hope that we will see them very, very soon. We will find out those characters' names soon enough. But it's still very bizarre that, like, over 2 years ago now, with Kingdom Hearts 3's release, we found out that these guys were connected to the Keyblade, similar to Marluxia and Elrina, but we just haven't seen them yet. We don't know why. We don't know who they are, what they do. We have not seen them in Union Cross or Dark Road yet. We also still haven't seen Elrina's Keyblade, now that I think about it. Kind of want to see what her Keyblade looks like. Now, another thing, I said I was going to touch upon this later, Strelitzia and Data Daybreak Town just walking around. We saw this in part 1 of the finale. We saw the Master of Masters, who we can assume to be the Master of Masters, or Luxord perhaps, because Luxord was with the True Dandelion, so I doubt the Master was here, but assumingly a person in a black coat was with Strelitzia, someone who looked like Strelitzia in a white coat, similar to what we saw in Marluxia's little dream vision thingamabob. What was she doing in Data Daybreak Town? Was her data used to revive her? Is she revived now? Is she just somewhere randomly, like in the modern Cage timeline, just walking about? Is she one of the darknesses, or is she one of the lights who's going to be harboring the darkness? What is going on with Strelitzia? We got no real conclusion on the Strelitzia stuff in this, which is really bizarre actually, because Strelitzia was a major plot point in Kingdom Hearts Union Cross. We might see more of her in Dark Road perhaps, because Dark Road is kind of like a soft sequel to Union Cross. Soft sequel, I say, because it's a story about Xehanort and Ericus, but we do know it connects very heavily to Union Cross because, well, we saw the ending and the timelines just match up. But still, we saw nothing, no conclusion about the Strelitzia story arc, which again, just really weird because most of Union Cross was about her death and trying to figure out who murdered her, what happened to her, searching for her, the person who took her spot. Like, everything in Union Cross really sparked because of that character. So it's weird we didn't get that story wrapped up. Now, another thing that actually did happen in the finale is, well, Luxord seemingly taking Brain's body, using Brain's vessel, or some people think this is just Brain carrying around the box in the exact same scene with Luxord. But then right after this scene, like really right after this scene, we see Brain wake up in Scala. And in almost every reaction video where people were talking about this, where people were reacting to Brain, well, being a vessel for Luxord, right after when they saw Brain in Scala, everyone was like, what? So that's something that's going to need some explaining, because how is Brain in Scala at Kylum while Luxord is also using his body, or at least his appearance, as a vessel? I don't know. This scene is just very bizarre, and I want to know exactly how this works. Like, confirmation on how it works, because I have my own theories, I have my guesses, but I don't know for sure. I want to know for sure what is going on here. How is this happening? How does Luxord look like Brain while Brain is still in Scala ad Kylum? Let's move forward through time in Scala ad Kylum. And the final thing I would definitely like to talk about overall is, where is Ava? Now, this is something that I guess we shouldn't have fully expected to get a resolution on in Union Cross's ending, but it's still something I would like to bring up as a question, because Ava is a very key part in the key story. Ava and the Dandelions were a major focus in Key Browser, were a big thing in Key back cover as well. Ava even like giving Brain the book instead of whoever was supposed to get it previously. Ava still played a very major role in this story, even if we didn't see her like all the time. So not seeing any new Ava cutscenes or involvement or anything is definitely a little bizarre for sure, but not entirely surprising. Ava is a pretty major character, so any big reveals about Ava will likely be revealed in like a number title, or will be revealed in another Kingdom Hearts game. But man, I would have loved to see what Ava was doing. I would have loved to see what she was up to. Just a little modern glimpse of like where she's at, who she helped, just anything. I would have loved to see her. But those are my very basic questions for today. Dark Road cannot come soon enough. Remember guys, at the end of September, we're going to be getting more Dark Road story. All the stories should be dropping at the end of September. So when that happens, you already know I'm going to be on it. We are going to do that reaction. We are going to be hopefully getting some more answers to these things. But that will be all for today's video though. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like, share the video with a friend or a family member, and last but not least, if you have not already and want to become a part of the union, all you have to do is hit that red subscribe button down below. My name is Prodigy, and I will talk to you guys soon. Peace out, you guys. Bye.
Now she's a daydreamer. She's always thinking about him. No more room in this picture. You'd have fit in. Now she's crying on the phone, telling you she's not good enough for him. When you think that she is perfect.